Hi there, guys, and welcome to this interview. Today, we're speaking to Joel, who is a longtime member of the Massage Therapist Success Academy. He lives in Washington State in the US, and I'll let him introduce himself and tell us a bit about his business.
My name's Joel. Just like Kurt said, that I live in Washington State. I've been a massage therapist for 7 years. Went to a local massage school here with a focus in like medical massage or injury treatment. Um, for the first few years, I worked for a massage clinic and a chiropractor's office, and then I came across Kurt's program, and I went ahead and joined it, and I thought it was a really good program, and I used it to start my own business, and I named my business the Muscle Technician. And I've been successfully running my own business for about 3 years now.
Nice. Yeah, I really want to get into some tips and you can share some value and we can help people who are watching, hopefully. But before we get into that, what situation were you in before you joined the academy? I mean, what problems were you facing, and yeah, what caused you to join?
I mostly relied on my employer to, provide clients and different things like that. So I was at their whim for scheduling and that kind of thing. I had tried to run my own business before buying your program. I bought a book called 60 Clients in 60 Days, and it was basically go around, shake hands, pass out business cards, do demos, that kind of thing. And it was a lot of work, and I didn't really get too much of the client return on that. So I kind of didn't really like stick with it and stuck with the employer for a while. And your program definitely made a huge difference in my ability to get clients.
I think I've seen that program. I still think that I don't know what's inside the program, but that's how people used to get clients before the internet, right? Is
Yeah,
just doing the card thing, which I think it can work, but it definitely, like you said, it takes a long time.
it's slow.
Yeah.
It's real slow. Your program is more like it like just jumps. It has a really big return really quickly. So I like that a lot.
Yeah. Especially when you're growing a business, you're getting a lot busier with clients and you have less time to get clients. So
Hmm.
doing the best, like the least time consuming marketing is ideal. That's awesome. All right. So how did you come across the program? Like, was it an ad online?
It was a Facebook ad, actually. I'm part of, a bunch of different massage groups and stuff like that, and you were a part of it. So I think it advertised your 7 clients in 7 days. And so I tried that, and I got like 10 or 15 in the first week. And so I stuck with the program, and then I eventually paid for it in full. Um, and I've been using it on and off pretty regularly now. So yeah, it was like a Facebook ad.
Yeah. Nice. All right. So what positive results? You said you got 10 to 15 clients in the first week. You
Mhm.
managed to do your own thing, which is really cool. You get to leave your employer and start your own thing, which I'm assuming, like you said, you tried to before. That's awesome. What other positive outcomes has it had for you and results?
Well, so your program, I started my business right before the pandemic hit. And so I got busy with it, and then I had to shut down for 4 months, and then reopen in another spot. And your program gave me the confidence to basically just front the money for a new office location and just go full tilt to it. And so at the end of I think like we had about 7 months of open, I made about $60,000 in income, but just by myself with your program. So it's given me the confidence to just kind of be independent and grow from there. The next year, I did even better being open full time. I made just a little over $100,000 doing massage, and I didn't even have to really advertise. I would just send out emails and occasionally that kind of thing. I didn't have to do too much of your Facebook marketing
Mhm.
that second year. So
That's
it's
awesome.
definitely been a huge help. Yeah.
That's really cool to hear that you've cracked the 100K because a lot of people don't even believe that's possible as a massage therapist. But yeah, you're an example of it. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. So, what have been the three biggest challenges, would you say, in getting from when you started going out on your own to where you are now?
So the first thing was probably exposure. You got to get yourself in front of as many people as possible so that you can find the ones that want to come in and see you and come in regularly. The second part was probably figuring out how to talk to clients and rebook them. So, when I first started, I was really nervous about trying to get them to come in and put them on care plans and that sort of thing. And so being in front of more people helped me get more confident with that. And then probably trying to find the right location. I rented out of my school. There was really bad parking, couldn't find, space and time for them to come in and see me. And I had to work under their rules in the office. And so finding my own space to really make it my own was probably the third part of that. And it's all come together pretty well.
Yeah, nice. So that's a good point when you said, the more clients you see, the better you get at talking to them and rebooking them. Like you can learn stuff, and then just like anything, even with the Facebook ads, I'm assuming you probably get better at it. I know I did. You probably got better at that over time. You got better at rebooking over time, even though you might learn it once. It takes time to
Mm-hmm.
iron out the details, and just practice makes perfect. Yeah, that's cool. And did you use the rebooking training to help you with the rebooking? Did it help
I
much?
used I used yours, and I've hired some other coaches for rebooking. And they've done some like little like psychology and stuff, like reaffirming what the client says. I make a point to read their intake form, voice their opinion, voice their intake to them, and then ask them in their words what they are having going on, and then I repeat it. So I get them to like agree. We start agreeing with each other pretty well. And at that point, I think I've built confidence. So like, hey, this person's gonna fix my issues. They're gonna address that, and then I work on that area that bothers them. And then during the massage, I check in periodically to make sure that things are feeling better. We do range of motion tests, those kinds of things to validate the work. And that usually does pretty well.
That's awesome. Have you read the book Never Split the Difference?
I haven't read that one.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's a FBI hostage negotiator. I always talk about it, but I took some lessons out of that and even put it in the training for our therapists at our salon. And is people think like, oh, it's negotiation. I don't need to know that, but he actually teaches business owners and business people how to be better with people and basically get what you want, and not in a bad way, but like just everything's a negotiation with your clients, with your people around you, and just some really simple tactics. And one of them is pretty close to what you said. It's called, he calls it summarizing. It's pretty simple. After someone tells you something, you just like summarize it really at the end. But that's just one of like many techniques that he has in there, and they're really simple and they work really well for rebookings.
What's the book called?
It's
Split the
called
Difference?
Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. I would say
I
it's,
will.
I just made a video this week, my top 10 business books I recommend for massage, and it's definitely in the top 10. It's probably, yeah, it's one of the best books you can read if you're in any service-based business. But
I'll
yeah,
check it out.
what are your three best strategies or tactics that have helped you grow your business? I mean, you already spoken about the ads, but like maybe outside the ads, and not even just marketing, but anything that you think.
Um, Probably the biggest thing is how I interact with people. Really friendly with them. I try to treat people like I've known you for, forever and we're friends, but I'm also very professional with it. I'm a veteran in my country, and so professionalism, punctuality, showing up on time, those are really big things. A lot of massage therapists in our area don't. I've worked with some people that are kind of flaky, so people really appreciate that being on time. Um, I'd also say creating connections with some of the local doctors and chiropractors and that thing, working with them, trying to get referrals and stuff has been a help. And asking for reviews on my web pages, on Google, and on my scheduling stuff, because that's, word of mouth in today's world. And so I've got about 200 some 5-star reviews.
Wow.
And so that's like a really, really big help because people go, hey, this guy's still doing really good. He's got current reviews. So I would say punctuality, reviews, and then just being friendly with people.
Yeah. For a solo therapist, 200 reviews is really good. That's great. Well done. Because especially in massage, especially if you're a guy, like trust is key, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It is harder to build a business as a guy, but like you're proof you can do it. You just
It
have to
works.
be trustworthy, professional, good at what you do.
You're gonna make mistakes, but you got to learn from them, right? Like there's, and then just keep making little steps forward and just keep going, and eventually you'll get to where you want.
Yeah. Did you read any books or any specific tips for getting better at connecting with people, or you just
Um, so before I joined my massage program, somebody got tried to get me involved in Amway, which is not really my thing, but they gave me the book. They gave me one of their books. I'm blanking it right now, but The Go Giver.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
kind of
that's
a
in my
cheesy
top
book.
10. That's in my top 10 books.
I find it a cheesy book, but it had a really good principle. The more you give, the more you get, right? So I try to like give really good energy, give people the results that they want, and then I get some of that in return and back. I read Grant Cardone's 10X book. That
That's
was a
in my
good
top
one.
10 as well.
Um,
I literally just made these videos this week. It's all those books are in there.
they're really popular. Yeah. And then I've read, um, I don't know, just some on and off stuff and just how, just life experience too, being in the service, in the military, seeing how people treat people there and wanting to do things a little bit differently, take the good parts and the bad parts from that, have helped. But I'm not too big on reading, just here and there though. So
Yeah. The two really good books I've found with connecting with people like that, apart from the Chris Voss one, everyone would have heard of it. It's How to Win Friends and Influence People. That's a classic.
yeah,
You've read that?
yeah, I've read that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's yeah.
And then another one that really helped me was called How to Talk to Anyone 92 Tips and Tricks to Improve Relationships or something. Um, that was good too.
One of the things too that I've had, my dad ran his own business. He did floor covering growing up, and so he would take me to work with him at about 9 years old, and so I learned from a really early age how to interact with adults, shake their hand, look them in the eye, be straight and forward to the point, just real basic like professionalism things and just work really hard. And so that's kind of, I've carried that through my whole life too. So even just making simple eye contact with somebody and smiling makes a huge difference in how they interact with you. So body language can be an important thing, really simple stuff too.
Yeah. It's funny, like in a business like massage, where the barrier to entry to get into it is so low, you just have to do like a basic course. If you are just professional and really good at what you do and work a little bit on being good with people, you're going to be in the top 10% pretty quickly because so many people get in it and they don't take it seriously. They
The
don't.
bar is really low to get in, and then the sky is the limit for how well you want to do.
Yeah. A lot of people get in it and they don't take it seriously. They don't take it as serious as a normal job. They just see it as a hobby, which is fine, but it leaves a lot of room for the people who want to take it seriously to do well, I think.
Yep.
And what do you feel sets your business apart from others in your area? I know we spoke about some things like professionalism and all that.
So that's kind of tough for me to answer, but we have a ton of massage therapists in the area, and a lot of them come from my school, and I really, really do like my school that I graduated from. So for me, I would say it's my niche and my branding,
Mhm.
right? So like my this is my business card right here, right? Like the muscle technician, right? So like I have red, white, blue, says I'm a veteran without saying it, and then it really tells clients that I'm going to work on issues, whiplash or headaches, those kinds of things. So, because that's mostly my clientele, and they go, "Hey, that's my guy. It sounds like you look like you know what you're doing, and I want to come and see you." So I would say the branding is the biggest part,
Mhm.
and then specializing in my particular field. I don't do a lot of relaxation massages. I don't do lymphatic drainage. I don't get too bogged down in all these other modalities. I stay very focused, and that helps a lot.
Yeah, and those kind of clients too are probably more likely to be like long-term or repeat clients, would you say?
Yeah, yeah, because everyone's got pain. If you have a client that has regular migraines, they're not going to go away. You can help reduce the symptoms and help them manage it, but you're never going to like cure that particular thing. And so, just be honest with them. Like, hey, once a month is pretty good. If you've got a flare up, maybe we need to do a couple more this month and help get it under control. I'm here for you when you need it. That kind of thing, right? So I don't pressure them, but I'm like honest with what they need, and they're going to come back if you do a good job, especially because they have pain. Everyone's got pain.
Yeah. Yeah, amazing. That's really cool to see about your branding. Um, all right, so wrapping up, what is, in your words, would you say is the future outcome that this program has kind of helped you help deliver for you, like going forward in your life and your business?
Well, it helps me support myself full time. I just got married, helps me support me and my wife. Um, and it gives me more personal freedom. The chiropractor I work for, if I wanted to take time off, I had to find somebody to cover my shift, which is never going to happen. Nobody wants to come in and massage for 3 days or whatever. So I get personal time and freedom. And then I'm really close to wanting to hire. I'm getting to a point where I'm comfortable with hiring clients. That's why I paid for your advanced program. So I'm looking forward to picking your brain on that.
Mhm.
Um, so it's just gonna continue to help me grow as a person in a business and give me more of what I want out of life.
Yeah, awesome. I think you're definitely ready for the hiring. I'll chat to you more about it after the call, but I'm excited for that because I've just seen how well you've done over the last few years, and I think you should believe in yourself and trust yourself on that because, as you already know, you are in the top 10%, 5%, 1%. I don't really know, but you are in that top already. So if you can just kind of systemize that and pass that
Keep going,
in,
yep.
yeah, like kind of package it into your business and hire right, keep that consistent with your whole business. And because like when you hire people, right, they're not going to be as knowledgeable as you. They're not going to
Right.
be as they're not going to care as much as you. But if you can get it close with your trainings and systems, and you'll do really well. That's cool. And just finally, what would be your recommendation to others thinking about getting into the program, or they're just struggling with their business?
I would definitely do it. I have nothing but high remarks for your program. Like if they're on the fence about it or I don't have the money for it, you're gonna make the money back.
Yeah.
Like I think my first year I spent $3,000 of the whole year in marketing on Facebook, and I made, you know, 10 times that, 20 times that in my returns. So it's worth it. Do it. And there's a ton of support. You're super helpful, Kurt. There's lots of other people that are helpful in the program. There's so much value in your modules and everything that like I don't even do half of it and it works really well. Like I don't do the daily posts. I just do the emails and the ads and they work
Yeah.
great. So your program is worth it 100%.
Yeah. And the cool thing was, well, thanks for that. But when the cool thing was when I started the program, I thought I'm not even going to have enough for 6 months worth of content. And then as we built our business bigger and bigger and bigger, I came across more and more and more stuff to share, and to learn about myself, and I just passed it on and put it into the program. So, I just used to do Facebook ads for our business, and then we started with getting our business to the top of Google. Started looking more into branding. Started doing Instagram ads, Google ads, reactivation, referrals. Like this, it just started like building more into it, and just yeah, I think it's a good program. But I'm happy to see you did so well, and I hope the people watching this got a little bit of at least of value from what you shared. I appreciate you sharing what you have, and thanks for being a part of the Academy.
Thank you.